Good morning, everyone. It's Leanne from Rivo Creations, and welcome. And I'm in the middle of doing some envelopes. I saw Roxy Creations doing these envelopes. She's cut the top off, I think. Yes. And she's decorated the front. Now I'm doing mine for Valentine's Day. And as you can see, I've already made a start. I've got some beautiful strawberries there, some text and some vintage paper right there. And all I'm going to do is, it's dry now, I'm going to decorate it. But before I do that, I wanted to show you another envelope that I did. There we go. And it's just a big envelope. It is a big envelope. I was just practicing my collaging because I'm not that good. So I have to watch a few videos to, fine-tune things. I'm not that good at all. But I put to my Valentine's on that. And I've got some brown craft paper there. And I've continued up there. Now all I'm going to do with that is probably ink it, make it look a little bit more vintage, get rid of the white edges, and I'm just going to do it very quickly. I don't like using wet glue on envelopes. It sort of makes it all mushy and soft, and I really want it to be firmed up. So because I've got hardly no boss stick left, or glue stick I should say, I had to use the wet glue, but I've also got there some double-sided tape, which I am also going to use because I love double-sided tape. I think it's a bee's knees. There we go, that looks pretty good to me. Might just do on the back here. Come on, Leanne, do it properly. Now we'll use that in our journal as well, this large Valentine's Day card, or envelope I should say. Come on, Leanne, get your thinking caps on. It's very muggy here today in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, and I'm feeling it. I hate the humidity. I absolutely dread it. It really knocks me about. Okay, I think that's okay. Now in that envelope you could put anything. I'm going to put a few little postcards or something in it to put in the journal, and there it is. Now let's get back to our other envelope, this one. I found a nameplate that I thought I might use. I could just put it just there. And I have this beautiful word called kindness. Right there. I was thinking just a word on the top there. Otherwise, I can also put some of this ephemera that I've got for Valentine's Day. That would fit there. I'd cut that off, of course. That would also look very nice. I've also got these beautiful, beautiful hearts and clowns, these two little girls. Isn't that stunning? I think that would look really nice there too. Yeah, I think it would. But this time, I'm going to keep it simple. Yes, I am. I'm going to use a nameplate and the word kindness. Now, kindness comes in many forms. You don't always have to speak to be kind. You can just show by your actions. You can do kind things for people. You can speak kindly. So kindness to me is one of my top words, actually, because there's little kindness left in the world. And that includes between married couples. Now, you always have to remember that your wife or your husband is not your possession. They're your partner. And to show a little bit of kindness goes a long way in your relationship. There we go. Now all I'm going to do is edge it, because everything looks better edged. Not always. I should have done that word and edged that word, kindness, and I should have done the label as well. I should have. I didn't think of it at the time. My mind is not working in full order today. The mugginess of the weather is getting to me. It's not hot, it's just muggy. There we go. I think that's pretty much done, and then we can put a beautiful piece of ephemera in there. And let's look for one now. Oh, look at that one. Isn't that sweet? Let's see if it fits. It certainly does. It comes out just slightly. Now you can also machine sew around this. I love the machine look. Hand sewing as well. I love all that look. It really is homemade and it makes it feel special. That's a pretty one. I might leave that one in there. That's Cupid. It's an old piece of ephemera. Okay. So there we go. That's another one. So I thought that I've done 2 envelopes now. I'll just do one more to show you. Now there you go. I've cut the top off. And we are going to start with some, let me see, I'm going to get some of this paper down. Oops, I'm dropping everything. Okay, let's just start with some paper. Which way does our envelope open? Right, that way. Yep. Okay, let's just start off with some paper. And I'm going to put it right there. See, will that fit there? Yes, it will. Might just take a tiny bit off the top. Okay. Okay, so we'll start with that. I'm just going to turn my light a little bit so I can see. There we go. So we'll start with that, and we will start with, I was thinking about some of this plaid, this red plaid for Valentine's Day, and I'm just going to put it in the corner like that, and then I'm going to rip it, say about there. And I might rip it off to about there. Okay, so we've got that. Now we want something else to go up top, and I thought I'd use some of this vintage paper again because it's pretty, and we don't need much, do we? There we go. So I've got some of that. And you can go over it a little bit there. There we go. So let's stick all that down. Let's first of all stick our bottom down. I've just got a tiny bit of this left, and I like using it because it's very, very simple. Very easy to use. And there we go. Let's stick our plaid down. Now this is more thicker cardstock, this plaid, so it will need a bit of glue. Yep, I should really use double-sided tape. There we go. And then we'll use our vintage paper. Like that. Okay, I can only hope that I get better at collaging. The more I do it, the more I make mistakes. The more I do it, the more I might get better at it. Okay. Now this time, I'm definitely going to use some of those ephemera pieces that I liked, that I had. I'm thinking about going with this one because it's got a rose on it and it says, "To my Valentines." What do you think? Oops, a bit sticky there. So I'm going to cut it off and we'll see how we go. I might cut some off the top as well and some off the bottom. And there we go. What do you think of that? I like it, so I'm going to use it. So let's just... Now I should have a piece of paper under this so the glue doesn't go everywhere. I'm being very slack today, but anyway, let's move on. Right. There we go. Now, I'm also going to use a word. Something that is sweet. What's the month of Valentine's? February? Let's go for that. Month of February. Okay. It's February. That would probably look nice down the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do. This time I'm going to edge it. Didn't do that last time. I see how it makes a difference. It will, because you get that stark whiteness and it gets lost in the page. Okay, not much of this glue left now. Oh dear. I have to try and get some. Right, this February. There we go. That worked very well. Okay, and I think if we ink all that, when it dries, it'll be beautiful. So there we go. We have another envelope. Now, I'm just going to finish off a little bit of stuff I was doing the other day. Remember I did these pockets. I'm just going to move my camera. I don't want to be on camera myself. I'm not particularly pretty today. Not that I'm pretty, but nonetheless, you don't want to see an old woman. Here we go. So here is the pockets with the little writing paper inside, and I've done a beautiful piece of fabric on top with a button, and I showed you how to do them in the last video, the buttons. Tiny little buttons. Right, now it needs a bit more glue. So I've done quite a few of them, that one, and then I started to do them with calico, which was pointed out by a subby that I couldn't remember what the material was, but it was calico, and she was so right. So there's that one. So all these pockets are going into the journal itself. And then there's that one with a bit of fabric, material fabric. But I do like the calico ones. They really go well with this card set. Okay, so I've got to do one more. So what I'm going to do is pull down some of my ephemera that I was working on and move it. Where will I move it to, though? I'll put it over there on the computer. Okay, I've got some stuff still here. Might move it just there. There's a heart. Now I've got this one. Now all I've done is I've already put the button on it. I've sewn that on, and all I'm going to do is put that on there and machine sew it. But before I do that, I'm going to ink it. Right, here in Sydney, it is Thursday. I don't even know the date. Let me see, 31st of January. So, there you go. Right. And what we're going to do is put this on the top. It's not even cut right. Cut straight. Let's take some of that off. Wrong scissors to use, but it'll get the job done. Just a bit slower. Okay, all we're going to do is zigzag that on to our card. And then that will be the last one I was doing of them. Oh dear. Now let's see if I can do this from all the way over there. Let me see where my pedal is. Thong off, foot down. Straight across. Backwards, forwards, and finish. Oh, there we go. That one worked that time. Aren't sewing machines temperamental? They really are temperamental. You really have to tweak them all the time just to get them to be friendly. So there we go. There's our card. And that will go into there, but I am going to also finish that off with a bit of edging, particularly around the hole where I cut. And these will really look nice in the journal. Beautiful ephemera. Beautiful, sweet ephemera. Now, don't forget my challenge, everyone. I'm making this journal, and that will be the prize giveaway journal, Valentine's journal. And all you have to do is send me a homemade handmade Valentine Day card. Not to me personally, but to make one, because I am so bad at making cards. I'd like to see how other people do it, and that would be really nice to see. Right, I've got 2 more little projects to finish off, and I'm going to have to stop and go get my edger. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and remember I was doing this beautiful strawberries and blueberries paper, and I turned that to the side. It was a 6 by 6 inch piece of cardstock, and I had machine sewed right round it, and all I'm doing is going to put that in my book as well, and I'm just going to round off the corners on this ephemera, because a lot of this ephemera's got Valentine's on it, to my Valentine's, and that's exactly what I'm after when I stick it down here on this beautiful pocket. So I'm thinking about putting it there. What do you think? Couldn't go there. Couldn't go there. I wonder if it turns around that way, would it make a difference? No, you'd want to read it that way, wouldn't you? To my Valentine's. Yeah, I think so. I am going to use double-sided tape on that. So I think it will sit better, flatter, because it's stick cardstock, and you want it to sit flat right round, and particularly on the edges. Now I'm waiting for the cricket with Australia versus Sri Lanka coming up, and I can't wait to see it. Australia won the first one, yippee, and it was enjoyable to watch the test. Australia was all over them. It's a pity they couldn't have beaten India, but that was a very exciting match as well for India, of course. You know, they run supreme, don't they, in Test cricket. Okay, let's try and get it even. No, I'm going to have to rev it back up. Hang 5, everyone. Because I can't see very well with my glasses off. Let me see, did I get that straight? Sort of. Well, we can't be all perfect, can we, with our work? So I think I should have worn my glasses. I really can't see during the day. But that's really sweet. I like it. To my Valentine's. And that will go in our book as well. Where's my ephemera? There. And we've got them. Now this is a funny little thing. This is a mighty you-know-what. Packet of small chips. Yes, I had a packet of small chips as a treat. Now I was thinking about, because it's vellum or whatever paper they call that. I'm not sure what it's called. Baking paper, maybe. That sort of paper, but it's not vellum. It's, gosh, I can't even think. But anyway, there we go. I was thinking about putting that little picture on it to cover and use it as a pocket. Now, unusual as that is, makes sense to me. Its camera's moved. Let me just move it back there. It makes sense to me because I love the feel of the texture of it. Can't see why you can't use it. It's a bit hard to get that one, so I'm going to round it off myself. Okay, edging, edge everything, highlights it. Now you can coffee stain those little bags. I've seen people do it, or tea stain them. I'm not into that much. You could probably use this to make it look old or vintage, or give it a different look altogether. And well, how about if I just practice on the other side, because it's going to be glued down. Let's just see if that makes a difference. It does, you know. How about if I do it? How about it? Forgive me if it looks horrible. If it does, I can always get another bag and sacrifice having a little bag of chips just for you. Okay, let's just do the top, and we may as well do the very top. There we go. Okay, it's going to be a bit sticky on yourself, so just be careful. Well, that did make a huge difference. I'm very happy I did that. Okay, let's use some double-sided tape. Oh dear, I've got a bit of a sore throat lately. I think it's this terrible weather we have, hot, cold, raining, non-stop. And it must just unsettle everything. Right, that's good. Right, let's take the backing paper off. Last one. Okay, let's try and get this pretty even. That looks good to me. There we go. So what do you think? Did it make a huge difference doing the background a little bit? I think it does. I think it gives it something. And you can't tell that it was an M bag, can you? Right, so I really like that idea. You paid for the bag, you may as well use it. Right, let's see. So let's just run through them. We've got our little envelope there. That's quite pretty. Of course, we've got our little bag. We've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pockets there with some beautiful hand stitching and sewing. So they're quite good. We're going to use them in our journal. I made this with the small doily, remember? Now they came off. Shouldn't have. Let's just fix it. There we go. Came off the bottom. And we just got that tag I just threw in there. Could throw anything you want in there. We've got this beautiful doily too. to and from my Valentines. We've done our beautiful envelopes that you could put some ephemera in there. Put some stamping on that, and I might put a heart, stamped heart down there. I was just thinking of a little bit more ephemera we can use. There's our card. Now my button fell off, so I've got it there. I'm going to replace it. That's our card. We made of coffee stain paper. It's a beautiful one. Here's another envelope we made, and that could do with a stamp as well, a heart stamp. I'll put some ephemera in that one as well. And then we've got our big envelope we did to my Valentine. And we could put something in that as well, a letter, a card, put whatever you want in there, postcard. So we've got some more stuff we've done. I've got a lot of the ephemera, of course, but that's all I wanted to do today, to show you the way I'm going with my journal. And tomorrow's video, I'm going to actually make the journal. I'm getting that prepared this afternoon for tomorrow, and I will film it when I do it, and let's see how we go. So until I see you next time, please take care, everyone, particularly on the roads, and catch you in the next video. See you soon.